the esteemed and honorable Councilman Eric Ulrich.
It's a tough crowd tonight. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield coming up here. No respect, all these politicians, poor guys and gals. Good evening, everybody. I'm not going to stand in the way. I know you have a representative from the fire department here to give a very nice presentation. I did hear there was a birthday party, so I wanted to stop by anyway with his cake. I'm going to show my face. But aside from that, I also know that Maria Thompson probably already touched on something that I'm very, very, very excited about, and that's my new anti-graffiti initiative that started last Friday. We kicked it off. And basically, you're going to read about it in the local newspapers. I know that the Queens Courier did a great job today of covering it, and you'll see it in the Chronicle and in the Forum tomorrow when they hit the newsstand. We have established, through the funding that I've been able to allocate out of my discretionary funds, 3 graffiti-free zones. That's a tongue twister, if you will. 101st Avenue, which is actually in Ozone Park, from 75th Street all the way down to 111th Street. Rockaway Boulevard from 75th Street down to 111th Street. But Woodhaven Boulevard, from Atlantic Avenue all the way down to the Joseph P. Adamo Bridge in Howard Beach, are graffiti-free zones. They will receive, they are in the process now of being cleaned. All the defaced properties, whether they're roll-down gates, garages, fences, storefronts, whatever they are, they'll be power washed or painted depending on the type of surface that there are, and they will be done on a monthly basis. So that means that if we clean a building and then a graffiti vandal strikes again in the middle of the night, within a month they'll be there and they'll clean it again, and they'll clean it again, and they'll clean it again and again and again until they get the message or until they get arrested, because the local police precincts are now patrolling these corridors knowing that they are a graffiti-free corridor, and they will be watching for graffiti vandals to catch them red-handed. So we are very happy about that. But the other thing that we're also very happy about is that thanks to Maria Thompson and the negotiation, she's a tough bargainer, by the way. I wouldn't want her to be against me in the union or something, because she bargained with the winning bidder to make sure that we got a constituent complaint hotline so that any of the residential houses within my district, and Woodhaven comprises a big part of that, if your house or your garage, your establishment is defaced in any way, they are going to dispatch a crew of graffiti cleaning experts to clean it up free of charge. This is all free. It doesn't come at a cost to any of the homeowners or businesses. So I noticed that when I drive up 85th Street or 88th Street or 87th Street, sometimes you see, unfortunately, some of the houses have been vandalized, or some of the garages driving down. They'll be cleaned for free. People can call a hotline that we've established at my office, and once a week a crew will be out there and we're going to clean up the graffiti, because we know the damage that graffiti does to a neighborhood. It lowers the property values, it ruins our civic pride, but probably, most importantly, it creates an impression of lawlessness, and it invites other, more serious crimes to take place. When people drive down an avenue or a corridor and they see a graffiti everywhere, they think it's a ghetto, they think it's a bad neighborhood, they think of drugs, they think of broken windows, they think of all the bad things that are associated with declining communities. And so we are very much excited about this project. It has already started, it is going to be underway, it's going to last throughout the fiscal year. And I'm just happy to say that it's going to be nice to drive down Woodhaven Boulevard, whether you're in Woodhaven or in Ozone Park, and not have to look at all those eyesores everywhere. And I think that it's tax dollars well spent. It's your money, but we needed to spend it to take back our neighborhoods. And I just want to say thank you to Maria Thompson and all the people that helped put it together. So thank you very much. Any attacks, questions, compliments? My grandmother did make cookies, she's the celebrity. She really is. She runs against me, I'm in trouble. Yeah.
There's a house on 90th Avenue. This is Woodhaven, 90th Avenue and 74, between 74th and Rockaway Boulevard. Is that intersection?
That's in my council district, yep.
Because you said 75th Street, so that's the concept.
So what you said, it's on 75th Street?
This is 90th Avenue.
That's 75th Street.
Between 74th Place.
Yeah.
But I'm on 74th Place.
As long as it's within my council district. If it's on a side street, on a side block, you can give it to Sal tonight. We'll call it in tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't speak to the owner, but what if the owner objects to it?
Too damn bad. We're going to go there and clean it anyway. know, it's very interesting. The city has a policy that if the city has to, if you call 311 and you want graffiti clean, they have to send you a waiver, and the onus is on the building owner, and then you got to track down who the owner is, and they've got to fill out the waiver, they got to send it back. It takes them 6 months, and they do a very good job, by the way, the mayor's anti-graffiti initiative, but it takes them forever. By the time they clean it up, you know, it's vandalized again, you got to go through the process all over again. The company that has won the bid, and Maria Thompson, I'm sure, has more details, they are fully insured, they are fully licensed, and it has cleared the vetting process and gone through the Mayor's Office of Contracts, so that we are not required, because a private contractor is now doing this, they are assuming liability. They can clean it without the owner's consent. Now, we, as a courtesy, inform the person anyway, we give them an opportunity to sign something, but if I live across the street from a horror house, guess what? My property value is going down. And all my friends and neighbors and everybody that comes to visit me says, wow, do you know where Eric lives? Eric lives right across the street from that piece of you-know-what. You know what? We shouldn't have to live like that. The law is supposed to protect us, not the people who are perpetrating the crimes. Why should we have to deal with all the garbage that's out there that's ruining the neighborhood? So that's why this program is so important, because we really got to take these neighborhoods back. It is absolutely horrendous. And by the way, they're not just doing gates and garages and storefronts. They're doing cemeteries, they're doing churches, they're doing people's homes. It's a disgrace. And these people have to be held accountable. So it's a two-pronged strategy. We're going to clean it up, but we're going to go after the people that are going out there and doing these things to begin with, because we have to send a very strong message that our neighborhoods deserve respect. You don't want to respect the rule of law, that's fine. There's a place for you. It's called jail. You're not going to ruin my community, and you're not going to ruin my district. Any other questions? Nick, I don't know anything about the fence, so I'm sorry.
I actually had a question, a compliment, but you scared me. No, all joking aside, I want to thank you for the graffiti cleanup. I'm big on graffiti cleanup. My company I work for always used to donate the paint for a former other Councilman Gallagher on the other side. Right. And you know, my company would offer the same thing to you if you want any kind of paint for cleanup.
And then I'm going to close because I know you're very busy, but the truth of the matter is I'm not the first person to get up and say I hate graffiti and we're going to go after graffiti. Everybody has been doing their part. Maria Thompson, the Greater Woodhaven Development Corporation, they do a fantastic job of cleaning up Jamaica Avenue. The police precinct, the 102nd and the 106th precinct, they have these young scouts, or I don't know what they call them, but they're out there and they try their best to clean it up. Some of the civics go out there. I know I spent a lot of volunteer time. I know that the G-Cop, they were very involved with, in Glendale with catching graffiti vandals. I see Frank Kodnick there. But, you know, it's gotten out of hand. And it's not enough for a few volunteers or for a few Boy Scouts to go out there and clean it up. We really got to attack this issue head on, because it's attacked us and it's taken over the community. And so this is a very proactive step to eliminate it, to keep it out of our sight. And you know what? It's going to be a deterrent, because if I'm a graffiti vandal and I'm going to go to Maria's house and I'm going to tag up the side of her house, and then it's going to be cleaned. I'm going to go back the next month and I'm going to say, well, wait a minute, I just did that. I'm going to do it again. And then the next day it's going to be cleaned up. Soon enough I'm going to realize that either somebody's cleaning it up, somebody's watching me, and I better go someplace else. So they can go wherever they want to go. I've got a place for them to go, but they're not going to do it in the community. This is a beautiful community. Woodhaven is a beautiful neighborhood. Ozone Park, where I live, is a great place to live. Why should I have to leave my neighborhood? Why should I have to move to Long Island or Westchester because I'm sick and tired of living in a ghetto? I don't want to live in a ghetto. I want to live in a nice, clean neighborhood. I think you do too. That's why we started this program. We have the flyer here, but if you want any more information on it, if you have particular sites, call my district office. Speak to Sal. Sal works for me, and we'll be happy to help you with that. Thanks again. God bless.